also very scary. I'm a shark.
Everybody pees in the wetsuit. Yeah.
While the great whites preferred AC/DC,
I even texted my parents like, "Hi, my home is dead."
Being a kid and seeing a great white shark.
It's the one shot you have now, otherwise it all changes.
Yep. Hello, and welcome back to the OliviaSea podcast with your host, Bianca Franco. So, if you're watching this, you can see that I have no headphones on today. My mic decided to not work, so I'm going to try my best. I'm in my van, as you can see as well. It's a little dark light, I can't really tell. So I was hoping that it would give better audio, and I will try to fix it later on. I will do my best. If it doesn't work out, I won't upload it. Maybe I'll just put this on my Patreon or something. But overall, I just wanted to try something new with this episode. I want to do a few shorter episodes talking about small stories about wildlife and oceans-related things that I'm very passionate about on the road while I'm traveling in New Zealand. And normally podcasts are like an hour or so, and I want to have people on the podcast. And since I'm stuck at the moment in one area, I decided I'm going to maybe do some short podcasts and talk about things I'm passionate about and things I see. So if you guys do like this podcast style, let me know and I can make more of them. Hopefully I can get my mics fixed because this is not part of the new routine. But with that being said, I will get started on what we're going to talk about today. And, sorry. I want to thank Gabby and Shane for being the newest Patreons and helping me out on this journey and supporting the podcast. That's really awesome of you guys, and I do appreciate your love, and every little bit counts. So thank you. I appreciate you and love you guys. So, now, with that being said, we're going to talk about sea lions today. Last week I was in Golden Bay, which is on the very tip of the South Island. It's the northest part of the South Island. I'm not very great at maps. That's Zahab's job. So, so we went to Golden Bay, and very, very beautiful. It's just like the picturesque beaches that you see. They're literally golden, and filled with sea life. Of course, when I went, I guess I missed the orcas by like 2 days. It's driving me crazy. Everywhere I go, I keep missing the orcas. But, you know, when you're on the road and traveling in a van, nothing really goes kind of how you want it. But that's all part of the adventure. So we decided we're going to go do some hikes and see some beautiful places. So she planned to do a couple hikes that are known for sea lions. And when she plans things, I drive, she plans. We both really enjoy what we do. And like, I didn't know there was going to be sea lions. Like, when she says, when we arrive in a spot, she goes, "Oh, we're here. This is what we're doing." I'm like, okay. So I bring my camera, I go along, and it's really cool because I don't know what to expect, but she knows that there's going to be sea lions. So as soon as I hit a certain area, I get really excited. So the first spot we went to was called Barariki Beach. I really apologize. I'm working on my pronunciation. I will put it in the show notes. But like halfway through the walk, it says seal pups in the tide pools. So when you get to this beach, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's on the windows, like one of those pictures that come on the Windows computers. It's that beautiful. And on low tide, it's really cool because you can see the seals on the beach playing around in the pools when there's high tide, but you can't really get very close, you see. But on low tide, you can get a little closer. You obviously don't want to get too close. You stay a good distance. About 60 feet is the recommended distance to stay away from seals. I know no one respects that distance, but I do want to stress, do not touch the seals, do not feed the seals. It will hurt the seal in the long run. As soon as you touch a seal or a sea lion, the moms abandon their pups, and sadly we and tourists and people and everyone in the area has to see a dead seal. So now, getting that really depressing stuff out of the way, do not touch or feed the seals. They have plenty of food like fish and squid and birds and stuff that seals eat. The seals don't eat human food, so don't feed them. And yes, anyways, it should be common sense, but I feel like I still have to say that because there is going to be people that still feed the sea lions and seals, and it's just really heartbreaking to see. And it's also illegal, so don't do it. And you get a really big fine if people see you do it. It's like $200,000 or something crazy. But anyways, yeah, we get to this beach, we see these cute, tiny sea lions, and there's loads of them, maybe like 20 sea lions, and they're all in these like tide pools. I put the clips in and everyone can see. But it's literally the cutest things. They were just as small as Zesty, so like 4 kilos or 10 pounds for us Americans, but the cutest little sea lions just jumping in the pools, and I thought that was really cool. So on the North Island, I didn't see too much wildlife, so this is one of the first spots we went to, and we just saw loads of sea lions, and it was a very promising start to our travels here on the South Island. And afterwards, we walked to the Farewell Spit, which is supposed to be like the longest spit in the world, which is, to my understanding, a spit is like a piece on a beach that you can walk on when there's low tide. So Thomas and I, one of the travelers I'm with, we walked this spit for a really long time because there's supposed to be loads of seals there too. Sea lions. And we didn't see nothing but like desert land, but maybe we didn't walk further enough. I don't know. So we went back and chilled for the day. And I keep saying seals. I apologize. There's a huge difference, first of all, from sea lions and seals. I think I just grew up always saying seals, and until I started scuba diving, I realized there's a huge difference. And for those of you that don't know the difference between seals and sea lions, first of all, that I looked it up because I hate that I keep saying it, but it's such a habit. First of all, sea lions, they kind of, when they walk, they use their flippers, the front flippers, to basically walk on land. And seals, they're cute and round, so they bounce on their bellies to basically walk. It's really cute and really adorable. So that's one of the reasons one of the ways you can tell the difference between the two. The second will be that the sea lions have little ears that you can see. They're external ear little flaps that you can see. So you can, once you see those, you know it's obviously a sea lion. And the third would be that sea lions use their front flippers to swim when they're in the ocean. And the seals use their hind flippers to swim. That was really hard to say. But yeah, so that's the way you can tell the difference. But I'm talking about sea lions this whole 15 minutes, so I've seen sea lions. I haven't seen seals yet, but there is seals here on the South Island, so hopefully I can see them and I'll be able to talk about them more. I hope people are learning things. I'm sorry. Okay, next place. So I think the best part about this little visiting the Golden Bay for Zahab and me, at least, was when we stayed at this HelpX. And basically a HelpX is where you stay at someone's home, you can park your van, or they have an extra room, Basically, you do a little work in exchange for food and their showers and accommodation, stuff like that. And we stayed at this wonderful Helpex with our friends Scarlett and Alex, and they offered us to use the kayaks, which is really cool because here, if you go, there's a kayaking tour to do seals, and I think it's like $120 or something crazy, New Zealand dollars. So she just offered us the kayaks, which was really cool. And then we decided to just go see Golden Bay because the day we went, the water was like glass, perfect to kayak. And I never kayaked before, so I was a little scared. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little scared, thinking that I don't know why I was scared. I was just nervous, something new, something different. And so I went on the kayak, and I don't know what I expected, but it was cool because right when you get in, you saw loads of stingrays, which was really cool. And she told us that if we got lucky, we can see sea lions. So we're like, okay, cool, we'll see sea lions. So we started making our way to the rocks, and it wasn't too bad. Like, my arms were dead and sore the next day, but it wasn't terrible. It probably took us, 10 minutes to get around to the rocks. And once we got there, we saw this huge, it was a bull sea lion, so it's obviously a male, and you can know that's a male from the bump on their head. And they're much, much bigger than the females. And just chilling on the rocks, and we were like, oh, that's so cool. So we stayed there and just looked at him for a little bit, and then we kept paddling along around some more rocks. We get around the corner and we see these cute, they're maybe like adolescents because they weren't very small, but they weren't big either. And they're sea lion pups as well. Or adolescents, I'm not really sure. But they were small, not big. And we kind of get close, and our kayaks weren't very big, so you can feel them go underneath the kayak. So I started getting a little nervous, like, oh, they're gonna knock me out. And they're swimming in and out, being super playful. Because for those of you that dive with sea lions, they're very playful. If you spin underwater, they'll spin with you. If you blow bubbles at them, they'll blow bubbles back. They're really, really fun to dive with. And I've never kayaked with them before. And I don't think this happens to everyone, but apparently just me. But one jumped over the kayak and slapped me in the face. Like, I almost fell out of my kayak just from laughing so hard that I got hit by a sea lion. And I just looked over at Sahab and I was like, I got hit by a sea lion. Like, that's the most touristy story that anyone could ever experience. Like, when you're in kayaks with the sea lion. I don't know. I thought that story was super cute. Like, we stayed there for, about 10 minutes just watching them play in the water and dance around us. They were super cute. And then we headed back and we grabbed our friend that was watching Zesty, because Zesty obviously can't be in the kayak because he just freaks out. My little dog, he just freaks out about everything. So he was watching him. So I took him back to go see the sea lions. I apologize. Took him back to see the sea lions, and they weren't there anymore. I guess they went and looked for food or such. But I don't know. It was so fun. And I just wanted to share that cute little story with you guys. I hope that it brightened your day a little. And I hope you learned the difference about sea lions and seals. I didn't really teach anything, or I just explained what I did on the South Island with marine mammals. But if you like this style, I'll do some better research next time about the wildlife, and that way I learn something and you guys can learn something with me. And there's a few spots coming up that has penguins, and this weekend I'm going to go whale watching, so maybe I'll have something about that. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this kind of podcast. I apologize in advance for the audio, and I never know how to end a podcast or an episode, but I guess I'll end it now. But let me know if you guys like this style, and if you want to learn any more about wildlife, or if you want to know more about the camping life. And a lot of people have questions about the van and everything, so whatever you guys prefer, I am here to help you guys learn as I learn on the way. Okay, I'm done. Bye guys!